You can give it all you got, 'cause love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for round 4 of the Formula E Championship. We visit the capital of Mexico here at Mexico City for the Mexico City ePrix at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. We got 14 minutes of the group stage of qualifying here, and it's Matthew Falcon who's first out on track. But yes, we are here in our this is not our first permanent racetrack that we visit on the Formula E calendar, so it is gonna be nice. In the commentary booth today is me, Miran Evji, going solo this time once again. And yeah, before we get stuck in with qualifying, then let's go through the track. So, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, named after the racing drivers Ricardo and Pedro Rodriguez. The circuit was first called the Autodromo Magdalena Mihuca. However, it got its name shortly after it was opened in 1959, when Ricardo Rodriguez was tragically killed in a crash in a non-championship Mexican Grand Prix, and the circuit was named in honor after the two brothers. The circuit first hosted Formula One from 1962 to 1970, as we will witness Matthew Falcon on his outlap here. But the circuit first hosted races in 1962 as a non-championship race, and a year later became a world championship event in Formula One. However, it was dropped from the calendar due to overcrowding of spectators, which caused unsafe conditions, so it lost its status on the F1 calendar. They improved the safety a few years later, and in 1986 it came back to the F1 calendar, but due to same reasons, it was dropped from the F1 calendar about in 1992. Then you had some other series come to the circuit. NASCAR came here, and then also kart, the precursor to IndyCar, came here. And it's kind of funny, IndyCar did come here in ACOC last year, so that's pretty fun. And then in 2015, they renovated the circuit to let Formula One come back here. So now they run here basically every year. And it's been a pretty big staple of Formula One, this circuit. It's known for the very passionate Mexican fans that usually are at this circuit. But the circuit details, then, it's a 4.304 kilometer circuit, 17 turns, and a race lap record of 1:17.774. Would be, of course, quite a bit slower, because that lap record is set in a Formula One car. But we had the first few times on the board, and Matthew Falcon currently fastest with a 1:45.239. Then it's Nick Tander and Ari Soilo in P3. Oh, excuse me. Hello again, apologies for that. Yeah, we're having the times come in on the board, and Talal Nugali actually surprisingly on top of the timing sheets at the moment from Matthew Falcon and Nick Tander as all the times come in. Tobias Schwulenberg goes fastest now, but he gets topped by Thunjatorn Konkum, who goes about 100th of a second faster than the German, if not even less. Adam Wolf in the Panasonic Jaguar Racing now goes to the top of the timing boards as we're waiting for three cars to cross the line. Henry J. Brown, who's set a pretty uncompetitive lap time, goes slowest. And then we're waiting for the final car to cross the line, whoever that might be. It's Erki Nytt, who goes P23. So that's all the 24 times, provisional times on the board now. And it's Adam Wolf who's currently fastest for Jaguar. We'll see how that works, or how we'll see if he can keep that position at the moment and get himself into Super Pole. Giulia Cisetti goes P2. after a pretty uncompetitive weekend for the Italian at Montreal, where she finished P11. She's gonna hope to be back on top again here in Mexico City. Zeran Kaya just gonna start his lap, the man from the Philippines, in the DS Tachita, currently P12, as his teammates Clifton currently P15. Talal Nagali, the man from Saudi Arabia, goes P2, so he seems to be good on pace today. As Anton Råberg, the man who topped group qualifying last time out of Montreal, up into P6. So it looks like he's still carrying on that good pace that he had from Montreal. As Erik Adelberg, the man who won at Montreal, obviously, now in P12. Huang Ming Nguyen goes P10, as Tobias Schwulenberg goes into second place now. Sonja Torn-Kongkom improves. Remus McGregor, the championship leader, improves. He's going to have to hope that he gets into Superpole now, because he needs to challenge Chisetti and Schwulenberg and extend his lead at the top. Henry J. Brown goes P19, as Nilo Alsi, the man from Finland, goes P6. Knocks Nick Tander out of provisional Superpole. Erki Nytt just going to cross the line here as he will start his lap. He's got the Jaguar there just up ahead, so he is going to get held up, as there goes Balint Jolga in the Neo up into Superpole as he goes into P3. It's a very good lap there for Balint Jolga. Noah Clifton gets himself into Superpole as well, provisionally. Julia Chisetti goes P2 as Abra Chowdhury in the Mahindra. That's a good lap time from Chowdhury there, as he goes P8, just barely into Superpole with 6 minutes to go. We'll see if Chowdhury can stay there, because he just barely got himself into the top 8. That's a nice improvement from the Mahindra driver, though. Mahindra, who really have not been able to get off the back foot in these first few races. Chowdhury and Nytt really just have not been able to pick up the pace, and we'll hope that they'll be able to do it here at Mexico City, as Chowdhury makes his way around Sector 1, about 100th of a second off Adam Wolf there in the first sector, as he makes his way on to turn 7 now, Chowdhury. And now through the more flowing section of the track as we head on to Sector 2. As there goes Henry J. Brown up into P8 and Ari Soilo up into P10. Brown knocking Chowdhury out of Superpole then. Chowdhury's going to have to hope that this is an improvement as Jake Tillisley improves. So does Erki Nytt and Courtney Simpson, but they stay where they are. As Chowdhury, look at that, in the middle sector, actually 1/10 up on Adam Wolf. So could this be the Mahindra driver going to the top of the timing sheet, at least the top 3? I would expect for Chowdhury if he does finish this lap, obviously. We have had moments where the AI come into the pits, as they just did now. Oh, goodness me. ACAI, you confuse me sometimes. That is an Assetto Corsa AI moment. Zeran Kaya, who is now P8, currently on another lap here, currently in provisional Superpole, as the two Tachitas are into provisional Superpole at the moment. Tobias Schwulenberg, currently in P3, is going to have to hope for a better Mexico City Prix than last time out at Montreal for the German, where he finished outside the points, and it was a bad weekend for him. But now, as he goes to the top of the timing sheets ahead of Adam Wolf, things are looking a bit better for the German. And we'll see who comes out on top after this round at Mexico City. I think this would be a good chance to take a look at the championship standings. Yes, it would. So, Remus McGregor currently leads the championship standings. He's on 36 points. And then Giulia Chisetti is in second on 33 points. and then you have Tobias Schulemer in 31 points. So it's actually just a total mix-up of the championship standings from Dubai, but they're just reversed now, which is kind of funny. But 4 points separate Schulemer, McGregor, and Cesetti, which is really, really exciting, if you have to say so. If those who remember, back in 2017 in Formula E, we had a two-way championship battle between Gabriel Gomez and Will Parrish. Those two eventually fell out of championship contention when Jakub Sikorski, who eventually went on to become the 2017 Formula E champion, and Mehmet Demirolu, those two ended up dueling in the championship for the championship victory. And it was Jakub Sikorski who came out on top. Now we have a three-way championship battle that's actually remained consistent somewhat throughout these races, which is really nice to see. And it sure is exciting with a battle like this and with such close proportions. Sundatorn Concom goes P2. Nice pace from the Rocket Venturi boys today. Concom and Nugali in the top 8 at the moment. As Concom will start another lap as he makes his way on to turn 1. Ari Soto into the pit lane, as here's Coleman Russ currently in P23, as he took pole, obviously, in Montreal. This is not where he wants to be. Here at Mexico City, as Erki Nytt, I didn't see that, but Erki Nytt has gone up into P10, so that's a pretty good lap time from Erki Nytt. Could be some points for the Estonian. As Aaron Curtis gets an improvement, then he gets himself into the top 8, so nice stuff from Aaron Curtis. He knocks Talal Nugali out of Superpole. One man who's going to want to get into Superpole now with 1 minute 40 remaining. This is going to be his final lap. Remus McGregor. He is going to want to get himself into Superpole for sure, considering that he is battling Schwulenberg and Cesetti at the top. So he's going to have to hope for nothing short of a miracle here, Remus McGregor, as he makes his way onto turn 6, a triangular corner, as I like to call it, as Abrar Chowdhury goes P5. That is a very good lap time from Abrar Chowdhury, and Mahindra might actually be on the pace now, which is great to see. But that knocks Balint Zolga out of Superpole then, unless Zolga can send improvement. It's good for Neo as well, as they're finally in the top 10. Can't really say the same for Zolga's teammate Halil Shahin, who's currently in P22. We'll see if Shahin can set an improvement, as Erik Adelberg set an improvement, goes P11, P12, as Huang Minh Nguyen, the man from Vietnam, goes P7, gets himself into Superpole provisionally. Could it be another Superpole appearance for Huang Minh Nguyen? We will wait and see. But let's watch Remus McGregor then. Can the man from Scotland get himself into Superpole? He can, as he goes up into P3, and that knocks Huang Minh Nguyen unfortunately out of Superpole, as Nilo Alci does an improvement there as well. But that is a great lap time from Remus McGregor, and crucially, it's knocked out Giulia Cesetti from Superpole, and that means that Cesetti is going to start P10. That is a massive development in qualifying, and that means that Giulia Cesetti will not be into Superpole. Schwulenberg and McGregor will be into Superpole, but not Giulia Cesetti. As Halil Shahin crossed the line there, he does not improve. Abrar Chowdhury, can he improve on his lap? He can, he goes fastest. So that is a very good improvement for Abrar Chowdhury. As Courtney Simpson improves, but he goes P11 just behind his former F1 teammate Giulia Cesetti. Sorry if I do sound a bit sick, that's because I am. As Nick Tander crosses the line, he goes P11. Splits the former Toro Rosso duo. Erik Adelberg currently P17. Let's see if he can improve as he's the next to cross the line. As he goes P13, just behind Courtney Simpson. Anton Råberg currently P20. That's not where the man from Sweden wants to be just yet, considering his good efforts in Montreal. Råberg crossed the line. He cannot improve. What about the cars behind as McGregor goes fastest? Now that is good news for Remus McGregor. And that is group stage over. It's done and dusted. So the 8 making it into Super Bowl is Remus McGregor, Abra Chowdhury, Tobias Schwulenberg, Sunyaton Konkam, Henry J. Brown, the 2 Finns of Ari Soila and Nilo Alsina, and then Adam Wolf. Huang Min Nguyen was not able to make it, and Giulia Chisetti unfortunately knocked out again, just by a few hundredths. Big talk of the town will be Abra Chowdhury, who was able to make it into Super Bowl after Mahindra seemed to struggle quite a lot. So that is very, very good. Coleman Rust, the man who took pole, now starts last, which is not very good for him. BMW aren't on the same pace as they look to be in Montreal. P21 and P24 they will start. And Balin Jolga starting P14 as his teammate Halil Shahin 9 places down, starting P23. Then you got Nick Tander, who's at least up there in P11. And then to Geox Dragons of Eric Adelberg and Aaron Curtis, P13 and P15 at the moment. We'll see if they can improve in the race. Adelberg obviously did not win from pole last time out at Montreal. And they got the 2 Finns of Ari Soila and Nilo Alsina. Ari Soila really picking it up this season. It has to be said. He's gotten into Super Bowl almost every qualifying, I think, which is absolutely fantastic. But we're now here for Super Bowl. The top 8 will now battle it out for pole position here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. And it's Adam Wolf, the first man out on track. Can be very, very exciting. Adam Wolf's going to have to hope to stick it on pole as well, as I believe this is his first Super Bowl appearance. I might be wrong on that, so just correct me if I'm wrong. As Adam Wolf makes his way onto turn 4. Adam Wolf obviously made his debut in Formula E in 2007. So let's go through a lap of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez with Adam Wolf. So down the very, very long main straight. It's going to feel like an age in these cars, considering that they're not really built for top speed. As we head into the first corner then, so we're going to see most overtakes, I'm sure. Then through turns 2 and then 3 very sharp corners on this track as we head on to the second straight. Now down to turn 4, can carry a lot of battles here, and then through what I like to call the triangular section, turn 5 and then turn 6 here. So you can see very pointy corners, but it gets a lot more flowing as you head into sector 2 here, through turn 7 and then 8 and 9 here, then through turn 10 and 11. And let's see Wolf's sector 2 time, as he now heads into turn 12. Now onto the stadium section. This is where you usually see a lot of the fans cheering on as the drivers make their way through turn 13, 14, and then this little king is turn 15. Then through turn 16, and then turn 17 on the inside curb there. And that is a lap of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez with Adam Wolf, 145.194 across the line for Adam Wolf. And Abra Chowdhury goes into the 144s. 144, 913. Neil Altidis slots in between the two. Let's see where the others will go. Henry J. Brown goes behind those three. 145.267 for the Portuguese driver. As we're just waiting for the other cars to cross the line, quite a big gap between Brown and the next man who's going to finish up his lap here. Tobias Schwulenberg, who goes P2. 145.024, can't quite match Abra Chowdhury. Let's see if McGregor can match Chowdhury or even beat him as he will cross the line. No, he actually goes P5. Ari Soila, the other Porsche, as he makes his way around the stadium section onto turns 13, then 14, and then 15. Porsche, obviously, who are in a championship fight with Audi at the moment. About 1 point separate Audi and Porsche in the championship standings. So it's very, very exciting. Ari Soila across the line, slots in behind his teammate Tobias Schwulenberg. Porsche with a very, very strong lineup. I think this C-Gen is really the battle of the German manufacturers. Well, Mercedes are not really up there, but Audi and Porsche, which is very, very exciting. And they got Nissan, obviously the Japanese manufacturer, in P3. But that's all the 8 times on the board then. For Super Pole with 2 minutes to go. It's Abra Chowdhury is currently fastest. He improves on his lap. Look at that. Abra Chowdhury is not playing around today, and it might be Chowdhury who's going to be on pole here for the race at Mexico City. Or for the ePrix, should I say. Got to use the Formula E terms as Henry J. Brown's into the pits now. So I don't think he'll be coming out again, actually. Tobias Schwulenberg, is he going to improve on this lap? Let's see as he makes his way through the stadium section. Now on to turn 16. Is this an in-lap for the German? Quite possibly. No, it is not. So let's see if Schwulenberg can improve. He crosses the line. He does improve. He gets himself into the 144s. But it's not enough for pole just yet. Can Remus McGregor do it as he's going to try and cross the line? He does not improve. Soilo is on a lap time here as well, the other Porsche, as he's just going to finish up this lap as he makes his way around Sector 3. Can Ari Soilo challenge for pole as he will make his way on to turn 16 and then turn 17. Let's see as Ari Soilo rounds the final corner. Can he make it? He crosses the line and he sets an improvement. However, it's not enough to lift him up any positions. Tunja Tornkonkop's going to cross the line. He goes past Nilo Alcida with that improvement. 145.084 times are getting very, very close in qualifying. Adam Wolf is next to cross the line. Can Adam Wolf do it as he will cross the line now and Wolf cannot improve. Polman Chowdhury will cross the line. He improves again. That's a third improvement in a row for Abra Chowdhury. And I genuinely think no one's going to be able to beat that as Nilo Alcida goes past Tunja Tornkonkop. That is an impressive show of display. That's not how you say it. An impressive display of power from Abra Chowdhury as he goes up into the 44.7s. That is incredible. And unless Tobias Schwulenberg can match this now, if he's even going to finish this lap, if he's even going to bother with beating Chowdhury, which he doesn't. So I don't think anyone's going to be able to beat Abra Chowdhury, but never say never. We're going to see as everyone's going to cross the line. McGregor is going to finish up this lap. Let's see if Remus McGregor can at least get himself into higher positions. He can't. He'll start P7. It's good news for Tobias Schwulenberg. He's going to have to hope that no one gets ahead of him now in qualifying, as the checkered flag is now out. Ari Soilo is next across the line. Let's see what he can do if he is going to finish up this lap. Yeah, he will finish it. So he goes across turn 17. Let's see what Ari Soila can do. He improves, but stays P3. So he gets himself at the 144s. Tunja Tornkonkop, the man from Thailand, goes into the pit lane. Adam Wolf Let's see if he can do anything, as he's gonna make his way around the 17th and final corner. Adam Wolf cannot improve. Abra Chowdhury Poleman improves again! I can't believe it! Abra Chowdhury's absolutely smashed it as Nilo Altidore across the line. He improves, but they can't beat Chowdhury. That means that Abra Chowdhury, by Formula E terms, what is an absolute incredible margin, takes pole for the Mexico City ePrix. So that was a very interesting qualifying session. And Abra Chowdhury absolutely smashing it in qualifying. As you just said, improvement after improvement after improvement. That was very, very interesting. Tobias Schwarzenberg starts P2, and then the other Porsche of Ari Soinen P3. Very well done for them. Ramos McGregor is a bit further down than I think he would have wanted to be. He's P7, but we'll see if he can make up some ground in the race. Either way, Abra Chowdhury, you have to say, what a man. He's done very, very well. We'll see if he can carry on that. If he can carry on that pace into the race. We'll see then. Main eyes are going to be on McGregor, who's starting P7, Schulman starting P2, and Cesetti, who's starting P10. All of the three in the points. So it's going to be interesting. So to repeat the championship standings then, for those who are just tuning in, Ramos McGregor is on 36, Giulia Cesetti is on 33, Tobias Schwarzenberg is on 31, and Ari Soilu, who I actually haven't mentioned, is on 30. So Ari Soilu is now technically in the championship battle, which is very, very exciting. So he's up there. I guess technically you can count Courtney Simpson, but he's starting at the moment in P12, so I don't think he's going to score any massive amounts of points today. So, yeah, it's actually very, very interesting. Obviously, Ignatius is not the first time we visit the Mexico City circuit. We came here for the first time in 2018 with IndyCar, and then we came in with Formula One as well, and now we're here with Formula E. So this circuit has visited 3 different tiers. If you do count IndyCar and Formula E as separate tiers, I guess. Well, technically they're still tier 3, but yeah. As we're now here for the race then, let's go through this, starting with them before lights out. For the Mexico City ePrix, Abra Chowdhury, the man from Pakistan who starts on pole position for the first time in his career. Very dominant pole position. Let's see if he can convert it to a race win today. As Tobias Schwarzenberg, championship contender, starting in P2, followed by his teammate Ari Soil in P3, who are both separated by just about 1 point in the championship standings. On the second row, it's a full finish second row, as Ari Soil is accompanied by Nilo Alcide in P4. Very good qualifying for Alcide there. Tunja Tortkonkom starts in P5, as Adam Wolf is in P6. Ramos McGregor, championship leader, in P7, as Henry J. Brown is P8. Wang Min Nguyen starts in P9, followed by Julia Chisetti, who's currently second in the championship standings. P10 has Nick Tander in 11th place, followed by Courtney Simpson in P12. Eric Adelbeis P13, followed by Balit Jolga in P14. Aaron Curtis is P50, followed by Noah Clifton is 16th. Talan Nungali P17, and Erkin Nytt is P18. Then Zenan Kaya, the other DS Cheetah, P19, followed by Anton Råberg in P20. Matthew Falcon starts P21, followed by Jake Tillestein, 22nd. And the final two cars on the grid will be Halil Shahin and Koloman Rus. So, let's get underway with the race, as it's Albert Chowdhury on pole for the first time. And let's see if Schwulenberg can do anything, as the lights are now coming on. And we are underway at the Mexico City ePrix. Very good start there for Tobias Schwulenberg, as I think he's already trying to get himself alongside Chowdhury there for the lead. As they head down to the run into the first corner, Chowdhury's going to have to put up the defense on the outside. Schwulenberg's going to be there on the inside line heading into the first corner. As they make their way into the braking zone now, Chowdhury late on the brakes. He's going to try and swing around the outside of Tobias Schwulenberg. He's actually defended, but Schwulenberg later on the brakes as they head into the second corner into turn 3. And Schwulenberg still just barely alongside the man from Pakistan as he's trying to take the lead of the race from Albert Chowdhury. But Chowdhury very, very good on the defense as Schwulenberg's going to try and round the outside late on the race for the German. He's going to the inside into turn 4 here. Can Chowdhury hang on? And he's going to try it into turn 6. Schwulenberg with the inside, and Chowdhury's just barely hanging on here. Great battle as Chowdhury came back from absolutely nothing there. Heading into turn 7 now. Chowdhury's going on the inside line as they head through the flowing section here. As they dance back and forth, Chowdhury's still trying to hang on the outside line there, but I think he's a bit too far away. And Tobias Schwulenberg takes the lead of the race from Albert Chowdhury. But it's not over yet, I don't think, as Chowdhury's still on the back of Schwulenberg. There he goes on the inside, heading into the stadium section. Schwulenberg's going to have the outside line, he's going to have the inside into the braking zone of turn 13. I think that's advantage for Tobias Schwulenberg there as they head into turn 14. And now turn 15. Schwulenberg should just be just about ahead there of the Mahindra. As Chowdhury's going to have the inside into the final corner. Schwulenberg trying to hang on the outside. They're going to be side by side down the main straight. These guys be side by side for the entire lap now for the race lead. I cannot believe it. Absolutely fantastic race against Ari Soilen might dip his hands into this now. Could he get involved as he's trying to make a move on Albert Chowdhury? And he's going to make it 3 wide. And it's going to be 3 wide for the race lead almost. Soilen backs out of that though. As Chowdhury takes the lead of the race. Schwulenberg trying to come back at him. As Ari Soilen is trying to get his teammate now. Chowdhury into the lead of the race. As there's a crash at the back. And that's Adam Wolf at the turn 3. And that's Adam Wolf going off into the gravel. And I think that's Adam Wolf out of the race. But Chowdhury's taking the lead for Schwulenberg. I can't believe it. As it's very, very hectic racing here. Senator Concom and Remus McGregor side by side. But McGregor and Concom side by side then as they head into turn 7. Concom's going to be on the outside. As they head through the flowing section. It's the Audi versus the Venturi racing car as McGregor there on the inside gets the better exit, and I think that is going to be McGregor ahead of Concom. But Concom's going to come back at Remus McGregor here. As he's going to be on the inside to turn 12. Into turn 13, it's going to be McGregor on the inside. There goes Hwang Min Nguyen on the inside of Thuniator and Concom, but that's not going to work. And yeah, at least he tried it. But now it's Albert Chowdhury as we head up to lap 3 out of 13. Chowdhury leads from Schwulenberg, Soilu, Alcida, and Remus McGregor. As there's Balin Jolga and Noah Clifton who's going wheel 2. That's Clifton and Adelaide. But Clifton might try to make it 3 wide. Oh god, I'm stumbling over my words here. As they head down the main straight, they're 3 wide into turn 1. But Clifton just backs out of it. Will he back out of it? As they head into turn 1, and they are 3 wide. As Clifton backs out of it though. Jolga and Adelreich side by side as Balin Jolga trying to make up a position here on the man from Switzerland. as Chisetti now tries it on her teammate Henry J. Brown for PA. So Chisetti making up positions then, as Chisetti's gonna have the inside line here on her teammate Henry J. Brown. Is Brown gonna be so lenient on letting her championship contender teammate pass? As they head into turn 7 now, Chisetti round the outside of her Edam's teammate. As the two head through the flowing part of the track. Brown taking up a bit of dust there on the inside line, as Chisetti's gonna have the outside line, and she gets it done on Henry J. Brown. Very good stuff from Julia Chisetti. Henry J. Brown having to watch out for Nick Tanner, the Australian in the Envision Virgin Racing car. Tanner down the inside of Henry J. Brown and into the stadium section as they head into turn 13. It's going to be Tanner on the inside, but there's Courtney Simpson on Nick Tanner. As Tanner's going to have to hold off the Jamaican. But nothing coming out of that just yet, as Abra Chowdhury with yet another fastest lap. Lapping about a tenth faster than Tobias Schulenberg. Now that's not good for Tobias Schulenberg as he's falling behind Abra Chowdhury. As Balin Jolga is now on the back of Courtney Simpson. He got Adelberg. He's now looking to get Courtney Simpson. Jolga with some quite good pace here. Is he going to get Simpson, though? He lines up alongside the Jamaican as he has a look on the inside of Simpson. Into turn 2. He still has the outside line. Is able to line up alongside Simpson here. And he is. So he is going to try it into turn number 4. He switches to the inside line though, Jolga, as he tries it now. As he's going to be on the outside line, then into turn 5. Then on to turn 6, switches to the inside, does the switch back on him. Very creative move making here from Balin Jolga, as the two former F1 drivers go wheel to wheel. Simpson though, into turn 7, he remains ahead of Jolga. As Jolga now got a pretty poor exit out of turn 7. That's prompted Eric Allenberg to catch up. Anyways, here's the battle for P22. Colin Rus and Halil Shahin are battling for that position, which is quite interesting. Huang Min Nguyens chasing down Toyota Konko with Zelan Kaya in P17 now sets the fastest lap of the race. But that is quite interesting. As you can see, there's actually a bit of a gap from Concom to McGregor there in P5. So I think there's a train forming behind Thunyator and Concom here. As McGregor, he is behind Nilo Alcide, having a bit of a look there actually on Nilo Alcide, but that lost him a lot of time as he got quite a bad exit. Went over the curb a bit too much there, McGregor, and that's lost him a bit of time to Thundertorn Concom behind. Either way, Chowdhury now leads the race by about 7/10 of a second. There's Noah Clifton who's having a look on Eric Adelberg, the Swiss driver, but nothing's coming out of there just yet. Erik Nytt might be able to get involved in this battle. I think he's made up 2 positions from the start. So, very good stuff from him. There's Nilo Alcide on Ari Soilu, the 2 Finns going side by side then. Soilu's going to have the inside line, covers Alcide off. And that is Soilu remaining in P3 then. Alcide tried it there, but could not get past the Finnish driver. And now, as a result, Ari Soilu's lost time on teammate Schwulenberg. But now, staying down the main straight, is Alcide close enough to Soilu to try it? I don't think he is actually. No, he isn't just yet. He remains behind as they head into turn 1. But there's a move. There's Jolga on Simpson. So Jolga trying to make yet another overtake here. As he's going to go on the outside into turn 2. He's going to have the inside line into turn 3. As they head down into turn 4. Simpson just about a car length ahead of Balint Jolga. As Jolga's going to be on the outside late on the brakes for the Hungarian. He's going to have the inside line into turn 5. And he's actually ahead. But it's turn 6. Simpson tries it on the inside. Jolga with the better exit though. I think he's gotten that move done. And he has. Nice stuff from Balint Jolga. And he now is ahead of Courtney Simpson then. So he's now chasing down Nick Tanner then for P10. You can see that made up 3 positions now. So let's look at the position gains from the start. And Remet McGregor, who's done very well, up 2 positions. Tunyatorn Konkum's down 1. Nguyen and Chisetti are up 2. Brown's down 1. Tander is up 1. Jolga's up 3. Simpson and Adalberg are now where they started. Cliff is up 2. Nytt is up 3. Falcon is up 5, which is crazy. As Tobias Schwulenberg now is the fastest lap. So he might be closing down on Abra Chowder now. Zaran Kaya's up 2. Nugal is up 1. Curtis, big loser, is down 4. Robert stays where he is. And then Tillis, Deshan, and Russ are up 1 due to Adam Wolf DNFing. So that is quite interesting. As Kaya is quite close to Matthew Falcon. Here he tries that on Falcon, then on the inside into the first corner. Tries to hang on the outside of turn 2 there. I think he just has actually. As they will head on to turn 4. And Kaya's gonna be on the outside line of Matthew Falcon. Switches to the inside though. As Falcon has to defend the long way around, but it's got the inside line into turn 4 here. Or turn 5 should I say, sorry. And yeah, Falcon is ahead. And Kaya though tries on the inside there of Matthew Falcon, but nothing comes out of that. So Falcon successfully defends from Zed and Kaya then. As Balint Jolga already closing down the gap to Nick Tanner. So Jolga really a man on a mission today. As he's just made overtake after overtake after overtake. So it's very nice to see from Balint Jolga. Really, it has to be said. As they head round the final corner. Obviously Neo not really haven't really done too well this season so far. They're the only team not to score points alongside Mahindra at the moment, and I'm sure Mahindra are gonna come up with very, very good points today, considering that Abra Chowdhury is leading the race for Mahindra. As look at that, Tobias Schwulenberg. He's caught up to Abra Chowdhury. He's closed down the gap by about 0.2 of a second. As there, look at that. There's Julia Chisetti on Huang Minh Nguyen on the inside of the Vietnamese driver. Nguyen now having to feel the wrath of Julia Chisetti as they head into turn 5. Nguyen on the inside line there, and that's actually allowed him to defend from Chisetti. So good stuff from Huang Minh Nguyen. And that's actually allowed teammate Henry J. Brown to catch up there in P9. As Jake Tillisley is now catching up to Anton Råberg. So the battle for P20 going on here as well between Råberg and Tillisley. As they make their way onto the stadium section, is Tillisley gonna try it on Anton Råberg here? No, he doesn't just yet. So he stays behind the Swede in the Envision Virgin racing car. As we see the top 2, the leading pack heading down the main straight. Schwollenberg not edging any closer to Chowdhury on the main straight. So not a lot of slipstream in these cars. Schwollenberg remaining behind the Pakistani Chowdhury. Should I mention, in his first full season of ACOC racing as well, he's now leading a race. That is absolutely fantastic from Abrar Chowdhury. He really is one hell of a rookie, trust me. And Schwollenberg obviously a bit more of a seasoned veteran to Formula E. He's been here since 2017, so it's polar opposites almost. As Nilo Alcide is still trying to get to Ari Soilo there just behind. But Alcide might have to watch out for Remus McGregor behind. Because McGregor could maybe try and move an Alcide if Alcide does slip up on Ari Soilo here. It's very, very close racing here in Formula E, and yeah, it's great to see. As Jake Tillersley still chasing down Anton Robert. He's got Halil Shahin there just behind. It's a shame for Halil Shahin though. His career has just kind of been downhill ever since 2017. If you remember, he made his debut in Formula 2, driving for Dam, so that did really not go well for him. He got demoted to IndyCar for 2018. He didn't do anything well there. Now he's in Formula E, and it's still not going well for him. So it's a shame for Halil. Yeah, I hope that he's eventually able to pick up the pace and prove everyone wrong. As Balin Jolga now on the back of Nick Tander. Is he gonna try and move on Tander here? Yes, he does. On the inside of Nick Tander there into the first corner, but he can't quite get close enough to the Australian. And Tander is gonna have the position for now. So a good defending there from Nick Tander. Balin Jolga not close, just not close enough yet to make the moves. We are now on lap 10 out of 13. Abrar Chowdhury has led basically every lap of the race from Tobias Schwollenberg, who's been putting up the pressure. As there he is, Schwollenberg is actually falling back on Abrar Chowdhury. So that is not good for Tobias Schwollenberg. He's Courtney Simpson in P12 as he is chasing down Balin Jolga. We'll see if Simpson can maybe try and re-overtake the former F1 driver. Obviously Jolga, who drove for Sauber and Toro Rosso, had a quite interesting career with those two teams. Simpson drove with Toro Rosso in 2017. Both the drivers at Toro Rosso ended up getting dropped from the team, which was not very nice. As now we approach lap 11 out 13. Aaron Curtis, out of all people, sets the fastest lap of the race, which is very interesting. As I think Jolga is gonna try it on Tander. No, he does not actually. Thought he looked to try it actually. I think he maybe just backed out of the move last minute. Chisetti though, very close to the back of Hoàng Minh Nguyen. She lines up alongside the man from Vietnam on the inside into turn 4, on the outside to turn 5. That's not the line you want though, but Chisetti's still determined to try and make it work as they head into turn 6. Nguyen on the inside once again. Chisetti with the better exit as they head on to turn 7. Can Chisetti make this work as she's going to be on the inside to turn 7? They head through the more flowing section of the racetrack as Nguyen just about ahead of Chisetti. There's Henry J. Brown, who's trying to make the move on his teammate. But Nguyen successfully defending them from Giulia Chisetti. Very fierce defending from the man from Vietnam. Good to see from Hoàng Minh Nguyen. Gotta be good points for Mercedes as well. P7 and P4, both of their drivers are running at the moment. with 2 laps to go. As you can see on the previous lap there, Schwulenberg lapped perfectly, just 100th of a second slower than Abra Chowdhury. So it's not really a massive difference between the two pace-wise at the moment. As Nguyen is looking to try it on Thungatorn Konkum, but he's been stuck behind the Thai driver for the entirety of the race, which is a bit of a shame for Hwang Min Nguyen. As they head into turn 4, no one making any moves on each other just yet. Or maybe as Nguyen tried it on the inside line there of Konkum. Chisetti has a look on the outside of Nguyen. Nothing coming out of that just yet though. But it has allowed Julia Chisetti to close up far more to Hwang Min Nguyen. As Henry J. Brown is closed up on Julia Chisetti, so the pack has just gotten closer and closer. As we're on lap 12 out of 13, 2 laps remain, just about. And I think Abraj Chowdhury might take it home. I'm not going to confirm anything because I have a history of jinxing drivers. But there's Aaron Curtis on Talal Nugali. As Curtis tries on the inside to turn 12, he's going to have the outside line to turn 13. As there goes Curtis on the inside, tries to force Nugali out wide. As they enter turn 16, Nugali on the outside as they head through the final corner wheel to wheel. As we're now on the final lap of the race. Curtis and Nugali side by side as they head down this start-finish straight. Oh dear, Curtis just barely moving over there. That was a scary moment, but Curtis is going to have the inside line just about on Talal Nugali. Anton Roberts going to try to get him involved in this battle, trying to pick up the scraps. As Nugali's on the inside line there, Curtis going to have the outside. As they will head on to turn 4. Nugali just about the car lengths ahead as Curtis switches to the inside line. There just ahead is Ankaya and Falcon side by side, but Curtis now around the outside as Robert trying to hold off Jake Tildesley there. And Nugali successful defense from Curtis. So nothing comes out of that just yet. As Balinjolga now chasing down Nick Tander. Nothing, I don't think he's going to be able to overtake the Aussie though. So I think Jolga is going to stay behind Nick Tander. And we're going to watch this man though, Ara Chowdhury from Pakistan. No one, I think absolutely no one expected this man to take home the victory today. Mahindra have had a very horrible start to the season, but this will make amends for it. Abra Chowdhury, you are a race winner, as Abra Chowdhury will win the Mexico ePrix. Tobias Schwulenberg did all he could today, but he'll come on P2 and then Arisola P3. And I think that will mean that Tobias Schwulenberg will come home with the championship lead after this round. So, the final classifications then of the Mexico ePrix. Abra Chowdhury takes his first ever victory in his first full season, should I say. So, very well done from Abra Chowdhury. He's driven fantastically, and he deserves the victory today. Really dominant weekend from him. Tobias Schwulenberg finishes another good P2, then it's Arisola P3. Neil Alsey finishes P4, then it's Remus McGregor in P5. Thungatorn Konka P6, followed by Hwang Min Nguyen in P7. Julia Chisetti, good effort from her as she finishes P8. Then it's Henry J. Brown P9, and then Nick Tander finishes P10, rounding up the points. Balinjolga with a very good race today, P11. Then it's Courtney Simpson in P12. Then it's Eric Adelberg, P13. Noah Clifton, P14. It's Erkin Nytt, P15. Matthew Falcon with a very good charge to the field finishes P16. Then it's Ezad Ankaya, P17. Talal Nugali with the fastest lap of the race is 18th. Then it's Aaron Curtis P19, and then Anton Råberg in P20. Jake Tillersley finishes P21, and then Khaled Shahin P22. The final finisher is Coleman Russ, and the non-finisher is Adam Wolf, who was taken out on the first lap. But yes, that is it then for the Mexico City ePrix. It's been a very, very exciting race, but now it's time to give out driver of the day. So my driver of the day would have to go to... Oh, there's a lot of good candidates today, but I would say... I'm just going to give it to Abra Chowdhury. I know it's a basic choice, but Chowdhury, for his inexperience going up against a guy who's a championship contender, did so well, and he did an incredible job in qualifying as well. So absolutely fantastic, and it's very well done for Abra Chowdhury. So Abra Chowdhury is my driver today. But that is it for Formula E. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a very, very exciting race. Congratulations to Abra Chowdhury on the victory, and Mahindra. I believe this is Mahindra's first ever victory in Formula E, actually. So that is very nice for them. But we will see you next week for the Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula E, Porsche Super Cup, and our brand new launch of WTCR. So we got all 5 tiers on next week, which is going to be absolutely amazing. I think it's going to be very, very fun. So make sure to stay tuned for that, as we will have non-stop action for you next week. So yeah, that's been it for me. I've been Miran FG. Thanks so much for watching the ACOC.